For a moment, whoever this is, just listen. Nature's greatest symphony. We talk about music as a gateway to the soul, but where was music inspired from?
Music is not just rhythm and musical note. Music is silence also.
There was a time when people gathered around a fire, a circle of light, to pass down oral histories through story and song. But those times are slipping into the past. As the Explore team travels the world, one of our primary concerns is learning about endangered species, environments, and people, so that we can better champion those who fight selflessly to preserve them. Traveling in India, I was to learn of another endangered creature, culture, specifically the culture of music. Not only instrumental, but the music of nature as well. India harbors a myriad of languages, yet music is shared by all. This mystic language is a universal thread that reaches around the world, weaving through all of humanity. Music.
Music is life.
It's the gateway to the soul, right? I realized that here I could learn from those who had passed the ancient art of listening down from generation to generation. India's musicians. With their generous guidance, I would see with my ears, trust my ears to lead me down the thread of history on the notes of India's song. I traveled to Rajasthan, a North Indian province where the landscape is so treacherous, so formidable, that throughout India's history, it has kept invaders out, thereby protecting the cultural treasures within. As often happens in the world of the senses, serendipity arranged a chance meeting with Rajasthani maverick and champion of culture, John Singh. John Singh's work is aimed at improving the conditions of both the urban and rural poor, and at enabling them to earn a viable and secure livelihood through combining traditional skills with modern needs. Just days before his annual music festival in Rajasthan's capital city of Jaipur, he opened a door to a world of musicians, and we gladly stepped through it. Before I came to Rajasthan, I was to learn that the raga, one of India's most influential forms of Indian music, has in fact colored all of India's musical heritage. There are ragas for each time of day, for each emotional state of being. The raga is defined as that which colors the soul. It seemed to me that this definition of the raga extended to the musicians themselves, from their colorful Rajasthani turbans to their beautifully crafted instruments, and finally to the joy and love they took sharing their gifts with anyone open to receiving them.
They're funky guys, you know, like real energy.
What's the trick? Have you ever seen a mustache like this? You could be That's perfect. That's one good stash. I'm telling you. Tagaran is not only an algosa player, he is an instrument maker as well. There are very few instrument makers left in Rajasthan.
There's some instruments which we're trying to find, but unfortunately, the guy we saw playing it 2 years ago, we've got photographs of him, we've got recordings of him, we even know his name, but we've sent out about 2 or 3 cars in different directions to find him. But I've got a call today that nobody knows of him. How is it possible? No, there's no, the instrument called the bean, which is 2 pumpkins and a thin reed, we're trying to find it, but the instrument makers are gone.
The thing about your heritage, it's like, you know, the knowledge that you had for predicting the rain and the knowledge you had through your herbal plants, etc., or your exercise like the yoga or whatever, we sort of dumped the whole lot, which is like a stupid shame, and it shouldn't have been dumped. You know?
With music or any practical thing, any practical studies, you will not be taught everything, but you have to learn everything.
How do you do that again? Will you replay that? How do you do that? Without killing me. The mariachis. When I listened to you guys play, I knew you were not just playing, but telling a story, your version of a story. And I was wondering what that story is.
For every occasion, there's a song. When there's birth, there's a song. Throughout their life, marriage, in sorrow, there's songs. In death, there's songs. So really, it's blues. I mean, it's about life, really. Blues is about life.
This music is a shower of the soul.
Ustad Asad Ali Khan, one of the last bean players, talked about the healing powers of his music.
ये मेरा दावा है और दावा कहते हैं इसको कि ये राग जो है खास तौर पे तो अगर ये कि जो है वो अगर दिल का मरीज भी इस राग को खास तौर से श्री ये जो भी मैंने बजाया इसको सुने तो उसको जो है वो आराम हो जाएगा ये है इस राग का असर दिस इज द रीजन ऑफ द राग ये है म्यूजिक थेरेपी
Music speaks of emotions, of sorrow and joy, loneliness and passion. At the Curran Center, I saw that even the crippling effects of polio are no match for music. Why is music important? Is it? Why?
Because I think it's relax to our heart and our mind. It is related from our life. That's why it is important.
Will you play one last song? A song that means a lot to your heart? it out in the music room. There are no handicaps when it comes to music. Music comes from the soul. No boundaries here. All right. Way to go, thank you. I was reminded that music allows us to explore the extremes of human existence beyond the boundaries of spoken language. It gives voice to our emotional history on this planet. Shubhendra Rao studied with the world-famous sitar master, Ravi Shankar. Saskia Rao de Haas is originally from Holland. Together, they represent a modern synthesis of Eastern and Western music styles.
The piece is something Saskia and I are really very passionate about. It's a piece in the harmonic minor and corresponding to an Indian raga, of course. But we had struggled almost for 2 years of composing something in that scale. Got done in 2 hours. The piece was composed spontaneously on the 12th of September 2001. And we felt that in that piece we were expressing completely the feeling of utter helplessness. "9/11" or world over, it's a negative milestone, I would say. So it had such a deep impact even on us. Violence in general violates human spirit. So that feeling of being violated, yet, of course, we always live with hope. And we want that hope to remain. So I think in this piece we express not only the feeling of being violated and seeing some violence of that magnitude, but also we do express the hope, the beauty of life, the joy of life itself.
Music is not only a place for the darker emotions, it is also a playground for the soul. Even animals respond to the call of music.
My own guru, a few of the ragas that he taught me when I was in my 20s, he said, practice this. Practice it very well, but don't perform it till you're 40. I didn't understand. So I practiced it, and of course, for me, what he said, was the ultimate. So I never performed it. But now that I have touched 40, now I know why he said it. because the same rags that I have practiced for 15, 20 years has a different outlook that I pour into because of my experience with life. That's what we bring into the music. And it makes so much sense. That's why in North Indian music, we never have child prodigies. 6, 7, no. You have to, it's an experience of life that you throw into your music.
For much of Indian music, there is no sheet music. With lengthy ragas held in the minds of the ancients, when they are forgotten, if the music has not been passed down, their offerings vanish into the past. As I travel and I do things, they talk about, let's say, certain animals going extinct, which is so sad, and they call the Endangered Species Act in America or something. But so is culture.
Yes.
And it's rapidly going extinct all over the world. And so it's the same thing. It's, you know, culture also should almost be listed. If music is a gateway to the soul, what will the world be like if we close it? I don't know. Do you?
Maybe you could just text message me the. Do you have an email?